Okay, this is Paula. Hey, during this shelter in place, Leon and I have told each other stories and stories and stories, which we have heard for the last 30 years from each other. So I thought I would tell you a story. A long time ago, whenever I was a little girl, I was about 3 or 4. And during that time, I have a grandma and grandpa, and their name was Lily Mae and J.B. And then I had another grandma, and her name was Nora. And Nora was kind of short and round and looked like Betty Boop. And then Lily Mae was tall and skinny, sort of like Olive Oyl on Popeye. And Olive Oyl on Popeye, her name was, of course, Lily Mae. She was a very strict Christian, and everything was a sin. And then my grandma Nora, who is like Betty Boop, she taught me how to say bad words. And she would even pay me to say bad words. And I just had a lot of fun with her. So on the weekends, my grandma Southern, Lily Mae, would take me to church with her. And my grandpa would always fall asleep in church, and my grandma would take her big old long legs, and she would kick him, and she'd say, "JB, JB, wake up." And I'd be right in the middle of him, and he would wake up. This one particular time, I thought, I'm going to tattle on my grandma, and she'll stop it. So I got up on the pew, and I put my hands on my hips, and I said, "Why for do you always kick my grandpa?" And the whole little church got extremely quiet. And the pastor was looking at me, and I said, "What are you looking at, you Jack, you know what?" And my grandma, with her big, long olive Oyl arms, picked me up by the shoulders, and she said, "JB, come on, let's get out of here." And she marched me down that aisle, out of that church, put me in the pickup, and took me home. And my mom answered the door, and she said, "Mom, what's going on?" And my grandma said, "Lord knows this child needs to go to church, but I'm not going to do it." And she didn't for a long time take me to church. And of course my grandma Nora thought that was a hoot, and she got a big laugh out of it. And for many years I didn't go to church, and it was a long time before I finally asked Jesus into my heart. But it was after I had made a lot of mistakes. So I just wanted to invite you, if you don't know Jesus, to ask him into your heart, and you'll never be the same again. Have a wonderful day.